Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This is where you get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news we're probably facing new supply chain stresses as the fallout over the Pelosi visit to Taiwan echoes over coming months. But first, after declining for 8 of the past 12 weeks and 4 of the past 5 weeks, American mortgage applications actually rose last week. It wasn't a big rise, but it was unusual, even in the whole 2022 context. Also rising, and unexpectedly strongly, was their services sector activity in July. The widely watched ISM measure was particularly upbeat, with strong gains in new orders and activity levels, while the price pressures eased noticeably. They also noted that these businesses are struggling to replenish inventories, and that bodes very well for their factory sector in coming months. Meanwhile, American factory order growth beat forecasts to June to be 15% higher than year-ago levels, and that makes this data elevated for 4 of the past 6 months, impressing markets. In China, the private Caixin services PMI rose in July from June in a good moderate expansion, pointing to a second straight month of growth. This was a better result than the official version and is the fastest pace of expansion there in their service sector in 16 months. China's car sales are recovering with good sales gains in July too. But the Chinese government still finds it necessary to inject 320 billion yuan in public funds into small and medium-sized banks in a bid to help their regional lenders reeling from their economic slowdown, not to mention some well-publicised cases of fraud. And the EU reported retail sales volumes for June, and these were sharply negative. Their rise in producer prices extended into June too, but apart from energy costs, there is a sense non-energy costs are losing some upward momentum there. In international trade, June air cargo data basically went sideways and putting a dampener on earlier optimism. And China's attempt to blockade Taiwan in retaliation to the Pelosi visit will also have severe, even if temporary, impact on Asia-Pacific air and sea cargo activity, messing with supply chains again in a significant way that will be felt globally. The US Treasury 10-year yield starts today at 2.73% and unchanged from this time yesterday. And the price of gold opens today at $1,763 an ounce in New York, which is down $6 from this time yesterday. And oil prices start today down $3 and just on $91 a barrel in the US, while international Brent price is now just over $97 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar opened today, little change from this time yesterday, at 62.6 US cents. Against the Australian dollar were marginally softer at 90.2 Australian cents. Against the euro were also unchanged at 61.6 euro cents. That all means our trade weight index starts today at just under 71.1. Get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by